Okay, so this is my visualization assignment 2. I used a breast cancer dataset for this assignment. When we enter the web page for this assignment, a k-means with elbow plot will just displayed right here. It's a line chart, or you can call it square plot. The x value here represents the number for k, which means the number of clusters for k-means, and y here represents the distortions, which equals the sum of squares from data points to the nearest cluster center. So you can see from this plot that after k equals 4, the line became just relatively flat. So I choose k equals 4 for my k-means, which means there are 4 clusters. Okay, so I did PCA for to display the explained variance ratio, to determine how many attributes I need to represent my dataset, and I did it both on the random sampling dataset and the stratified sampling dataset. And in addition, I also applied this to my original dataset, and you can see this is the square plot for PCA. The y here is the explained variance ratio for component n. And I calculated the cumulative sum of the explained variance ratio of n components when the sum of the explained variance ratio of n components greater than 93%, which means it is almost enough to represent the whole data set. I will just mark that point. So here you can see the value of n is 4. So almost same result for random sampling dataset and stratified sampling dataset. Okay, so let's move on to the scatter plot of PCA. So for this plot, this is the PCA plot scatter plot of original dataset using PCA. So you can see here is pretty dense, the original data points. So after random sampling, the dataset on PCA1 and PCA2 became a little bit more sparser. And after stratified sampling, the data points on scatter plot became like this. You can see clearly there are 4 clusters for PCA1 and PCA2. Okay. Okay, let's move on to MDS. So I printed the script plot for MDS. I think it's not necessary, but I still tried to print them out. I think we have to wait for a while because it's doing the math on the Python side. So let's wait for a while. Okay, so the y value here is the stress, and the x represents the component n, just similar to the script plot of PCA. Just wait for a while.